Alright, today's March 7th, 2020, and I'm getting ready to seal the 61 trunk. So it's already been body worked, and it's in 400 grit. 400 grit. This is the Tamco primer. Mixes 4:1 with 10% reducer, and I like it. So top and bottom are 400 grit. It needed a little bit of filler work, but actually it needed more than I expected. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, really it was just the factory stamping on the edges. You know, probably like right here. It just had a little bit of dip pretty much all the way across here. A few little dingers here and there.
But there was no filler on it already.
No, it was straight metal.
So it's factory stamping.
Yep, factory stamping.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's flat now.
So the Red Rocket did the body work for me in exchange for some work I did on his hood, so it worked out good. So we're going to seal it right now. We're going to use the SPI epoxy as usual. Got it over here marinating. 20% reduced, 20 psi, and then I'm going to come in tomorrow, hopefully in base and clear coat. It's too late right now to clear coat, and it's a little colder than I'd like. So we got it hung up from the ceiling, and we got it with 5-gallon buckets of water to hold it in place from moving. So we're going to try this. I'm going to spray it vertical to try and eliminate dirt nibs. So I'll bring y'all back once it's sealed. Alright, it's Sunday, March 8th, 2020. I'm getting ready to start mixing up some color on this. It's 11 o'clock on Sunday. It is almost 80 degrees in here, about 55% humidity, which feels really, really good. I left the heater on overnight in here, just my little radiator heater. Got my filters on, about to crank the fans up for a few minutes, get them going. And I'm thinking 2 coats of base on the backside and 3 up top. 2 coats of clear on the backside and 4 up top. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge spraying vertical, but I think 35 psi is gonna be the trick, and probably 20 minutes in between coats. I'm going to be using the DBC. Actually, I have almost a full quart already mixed, and then I have about 1 gallon sprayable left over, and all that's left is the trunk, hood fenders, valances, maybe some other small stuff. So I think I have plenty of paint. Anyways, let me get to mixing up some paint, and I'll bring y'all back once this thing's in color. Alright, here we are about an hour later. I got the top side in 3 coats and the bottom side in 2 coats. And man, honestly, this thing covered in 1 coat. Still left a little bit of 400 scratches. By 2 coats, it was a done deal, but I went ahead and put a 3rd one because this area right here is kind of tricky, and since it's hanging up, I have to use a stool. So just kind of an insurance coat. But so I sprayed this with the Iwata LPH 400 orange cap at 16 psi at the inlet, which I believe turns into 10 on the nozzle. So I'm getting ready to mix up the clear. I'm going with what I always go with. This is JC 6700. I really like this stuff, and some people say it's trash, but I like it, and it cuts really easy and it buffs out nice. I prefer it over the Tamco for sure. I didn't like how the Tamco sprays. Could have been my fault, maybe not. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack this off, start mixing up some clear. I'm gonna give this 2 coats on the underside and 4 coats up top. Give plenty of material. So far, hanging it vertical, there's virtually no trash. It's a totally different ball game than spraying horizontal, so I think the horizontal days might be over. We'll see how it turns out. Bring y'all back once this thing is cleared. Alright, so this is 4 coats of clear. It's been about an hour since I sprayed the last coat. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So I used on the clear, of course, the Shopline 2:1 mix. The Iwata LPH 400 silver cap, that's a 1.4 tip, 35 psi, 3 turns on the fluid, 3 turns out, and then about 5 inches from the panel. I think next round I'm gonna go maybe 2.5 turns on the fluid, not quite 3. I did get it to lay out pretty wet. I did get a sag right here. That happened on the 3rd coat of clear, and I was sitting here debating if I should put another coat on. I had 10 more ounces mixed, and I went ahead and sprayed it, and it didn't really get any worse, maybe just a little worse. I did get a little bit of hang on the bottom there, but I think it'll knock down relatively easy. Top side looks good. The back side has just 2 coats of clear. And that's about it. I'm just gonna let this thing hang here for about a week. Got it in place with some 5-gallon buckets of water. That kept it from moving as you're spraying the clear, and it also helped kind of balance it out, because it would hang. And let me see, it was hanging like this. So with the buckets, kind of pulled it a little bit more vertical. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna let this thing sit. The main thing is there's 0 bugs on this thing, and there's, I mean, virtually no trash. So I think that's the ticket to eliminate the trash here, is spray vertical. Put it on pretty heavy up here. Like I say, it's 4 coats, so I'm not too worried about that sag right there. That's gonna be gone here in about 2 weeks. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I gotta give acknowledgement to my buddy with the red rocket. He did the body work on this, and man, it's really good body work. So next up on this thing is let this thing hang here. I need to Raptor liner the inside of the trunk before I put this on. Need to start polishing some stainless on it. I did organize it and see what all I got. So hope you guys enjoy the video of the trunk here, and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching.